California Democrat Senator Dianne Feinstein ratcheting up her rhetoric against the looming government shutdown, saying people die in shutdowns. Well, that would make it seem like Dianne Feinstein is a yes vote, but the White House legislative director points out Feinstein is still undecided. Roll tape.
Asked Senator Feinstein her position, and she said that the government shutdowns, people will die. And as a follow-up question, how's she going to vote? She said she hasn't decided yet. People are going to die. I don't know how I'm going to vote on this.
Let's bring in RNC spokesperson and the author of the new book, The New American Revolution. She's Kayleigh McEnany. Good to see you, Kayleigh. So how can the senator say that a shutdown would kill people, but then say she's undecided?
Yeah, exactly. It's hypocritical. She has the power to stop this. She's refusing to. And Liz, I want to tell your viewers this because this is so important to get out there, especially now, because Mick Mulvaney was asked today why, if Republicans have all the power, they have all the cards, it's in their hands to avert this. No, not true. We need 60 votes. That means we need 9 Democrats. We cannot do this without Democrats. So Dianne Feinstein, if people are about to die, it's incumbent upon you to show up and vote to avert this shutdown and vote for the American people.
Well, to your point, Mick Mulvaney did mix it up with CNN's Jim Acosta today. Let's roll tape.
You said this was the Schumer shutdown. How can it be the Schumer shutdown when Republicans control the White House, the House, and the Senate?
Come on, you know the answer to that as well as anybody. I mean, I have to laugh when people say that, oh, we control the House and the Senate and the White House, why can't you get this done? You know as well as anybody that it takes 60 votes in the Senate to pass an appropriations bill, right? You know that.
I know that.
Okay, so when you only have 51 votes in the Senate, then you have to have Democrat support in order to keep the government, to fund the government. So that's the answer to your question.
I mean, 51-49 is not really control of the Senate. Was Mick Mulvaney right? Was that a fake question from Jim Acosta?
Yes, Mick Mulvaney was exactly right. You have these reporters playing dumb, acting like they didn't take basic civics, acting like they don't know the rules of the Senate, that they don't understand filibusters. When they do, they live this every day, but they're playing dumb to try to further the Democratic narrative. The Democratic narrative is Republicans hold the cards. They can do this alone. No, we cannot. We need you Democrats to show up and fund health care for 9 million impoverished American children.
It doesn't make us look good on the world stage. General Jack Keane has said that. General Mattis is saying it has a real morale impact on our military. The White House legislative director also saying today Democrats are not being clear about exactly what they want. Let's roll tape.
I don't think it's clear what the Democrats are asking for. I accept that you're saying they want a solution to DACA, but there is not bill text that they're asking Republicans to bring up. So I think that they really believe for political reasons it's better for them to force the shutdown.
So it looks like there's no language on DACA even being put forward. So is this pure bare-knuckle politics to embarrass Trump?
Liz, that's exactly what it is. As he pointed out, there's not even a bill with text. If you care so much about DACA recipients, where is the bill? And if you cared so much about DACA recipients, you had 8 years with President Obama to get this done. It didn't have to be an unconstitutional executive order, which is what Obama did. You could have put a bill forward, and you didn't. So this is pure politics, yes.
Yeah, to your point, President Obama enacted that 2015 executive order on DACA, allowing DACA. And, you know, Matt Schlapp of the American Conservative Union, he's saying Democrats are doubling down. This is just pure resistance and obstruct. Let's roll tape.
This is hashtag resistance. This is the Democrats saying don't do anything to help Donald Trump or to help the Donald Trump agenda. They believe it's in their interest. Democratic leaders believe it's in their Democratic Party's interest to do everything they can to shut down Donald Trump's attempts to have any kind of his priorities in office. So, I mean, they want this shutdown. They think it's good politics.
I just want to be clear for the viewer, Kayleigh. DACA, that executive order, or rather the action by the President Trump, it expires March 5th. What the Republicans, am I right? They're saying you do not have to deal with DACA right now. Get the spending in there, deal with, take care of our military, take care of the government, keep the government lights open, and you can deal with DACA after that. Is that what's going on?
That's exactly right. And President Trump has already said, I will give you a DACA deal. So he's promised that. What this is a clean bill to fund our government, tied to funding 9 million children in what's called the CHIP program, 9 million health care for 9 million impoverished children. And as Mick Mulvaney pointed out, there is nothing in this bill that Democrats oppose. Nothing. They're for CHIP. They're for funding the government. So this is pure politics.
All right. Mick Mulvaney, the White House budget director, saying the shutdown will not be as bad as the last one under President Obama. He said President Obama weaponized that one. He was there in the government. He says he saw that firsthand. Watch.
The Obama administration weaponized the shutdown in 2013. They could have made the shutdown in 2013 much less impactful, but they chose to make it worse. The only conclusion I can draw is they did so for political purposes. So it will look different this time around.
Yeah, it's been accused as being petty action. The Obama administration shut down a World War II national memorial, even though that memorial is maintained by private funds, not government money. So defunding, or rather the government shutdown, should have had no impact. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That World War II memorial, by the way, 2 veterans came to see it, and it was closed. And as you mentioned, it was privately funded. And in fact, they had to pull 7 staffers, 7 government workers to put up the barriers. So it was all a ploy, all a hoax. And Obama made the shutdown hurt, no doubt about it. But Mick Mulvaney's at the helm of this one. And he said, we're going to transfer funding around in agencies. We're going to get through this. We're not going to intentionally hurt the American people, as was done during the Obama shutdown.
You know what's really interesting, Kayleigh? Democrats ready to shut down the government now. They sang an entirely different tune in 2013. Let's roll tape.
Think about what we could do if a reckless few didn't hold the economy hostage every few months.
Nobody wins when Washington is dysfunctional and one party holds the whole process hostage to demands that are unreasonable.
Why should the government be and the American people be held hostage?
The Republicans are trying to take the government and the economy hostage.
You know, Kayleigh, Democrats like Nancy Pelosi called Republicans, quote, anarchists, arsonists with a bomb strapped to their chests because Republicans wanted to shut down the government opposing Obama's agenda. So are they being hypocritical now?
Absolutely, because not only did they once say it was catastrophic, as Nancy Pelosi said, Schumer said it was the politics of idiocy. Not only did they once say that, now they are rejoicing at the thought of a government shutdown. Chuck Schumer came to the White House reportedly with a list not just of a DACA demand, but an even greater list. They're taking joy in this. They want the government to shut down, to serve their political interests. And it's a sad day and it's a pathetic day when that's the way that Democrats want to go.
Okay, House Minority Leader Democrat Nancy Pelosi is still going to extremes over what is going on in D.C. Let's roll tape.
In terms of the bonus that corporate America received versus the crumbs that they are giving to workers to kind of put the schmooze on is so pathetic. It's so pathetic. This is like giving you a bowl of doggy do, put a cherry on top and call it a chocolate sundae. This is nothing.
Just a point, housekeeping. Nancy Pelosi was referring to the CHIP funding, the deal on the table now. What do you think?
Exactly. So whatever she called it, dog defecation, that's what she's calling funding for 9 million children in poverty. It's so sad. It's blatant politics. And those crumbs that the American people got, well, the Council of Economic Advisors for the president has estimated this will raise the average American wage by $4,000, tax cuts. Nancy Pelosi, that may be crumbs to you in California and your nice, cozy, big home. It's not crumbs to the American people.